Okay, here we are back in Outbreak, the Nightmare Chronicles. So Chapter 2 has just been released. We are going to dive right in. This is the dry run. If you don't know what that means, I don't have the passwords or anything like I did before. I usually don't upload these, but you never know. I may be pressed for time and be forced to. As Lydia continued down the hallway, the power was suddenly cut. Alone in a pitch-black room, she began hearing the familiar moans of those creatures. She turned on her flashlight and saw a horde immediately ahead of her. Blood dripping from their clothing, a look of pure agony in their eyes. They charged her. She readied her shotgun and began firing into the crowd. The beast fell under her onslaught, but her ammo ran dry quickly. Having depleted most of it in her last confrontation, she switched to her handgun and aimed carefully. But the horde was vast and unending. She couldn't hold the hallway for long. She frantically looked behind her and found a side passageway. She slipped in past a storage box and forced her way through. Behind her, the monstrosities beat endlessly on the blockade. She kept firing. A stray shot hit a gas canister, and a fireball erupted behind the horde. The smoke triggered emergency alarms, apparently on battery backup, but the lights did not come back. Lit by the flame, she saw the beasts continue their approach. She saw a small vent to her right. She pulled on the cover, cutting her hands, and ripped it off. Abandoning her equipment, she dove into it and crawled down the passageway. The beasts were unable to follow. The gas main she hit earlier caused other eruptions across the facility. With fire the only light, she surveyed the empty, smoke-filled room. There were no threats, but she lost the majority of her equipment. She took stock. She only had her combat knife remaining. Finding new weapons would need to be a priority. She was a dead woman walking. She had to escape the underground. So now I need to relearn the controls on this. Locate passageway to surface. So that's B. Okay. We'll grab the ipecac in case we do get poisoned. We didn't get poisoned in the first chapter, but our luck may not hold out. Beta chemical 5. Sure, I'll take some magnum rounds. Don't mind if I do. Omega chemical 9. Oops. Okay, so the locker has the gamma 2, or the chemical 2. Key and I are still going back and forth in our friendly little game. Well, you need stuff like this to keep sane, locked in these damn tunnels, but we're messing with the door locking systems based on chemical compositions we're working with. I've got Keith this time, though. I've locked the door out of our lab with a really tricky one this time. The code is Omega Beta Gamma. He'll never get it. His lunch is trapped on the other side as well, so in about 2 hours he'll be losing his mind begging for the code. Ha, this is gonna be great. We really need to get some new friends. So Omega Gamma Beta, I think it was? Yeah, Omega Beta Gamma. So 2 is the last one. 9 blank 2. 952. So is that for both doors or just the one? Need to replace them to open, so we need wires. Completely jammed. I could pry it open with tools, though. We've noticed something interesting as a side effect of the mutation. Well, it's less of a side effect, more of an attack vector. Despite the disease originating as an injection directly into the heart of the specimen, it spreads through far different means. We knew that scrapes and bites would act as an injection vector, but that's just obvious. But it was the proliferation of the haze that was unique. We lost a whole room of researchers during the initial trials. It manifests as a fog that fills the air with particles. It expands and replicates across the available volume of a space. Anything breathing would be infected immediately. This makes an outbreak scenario extremely likely, and their use as bioweapons all the more practical. We've also noticed that some folks are immune to its effects. So that's world building. Body caught flame. How is it generating this much fire? If only the devs were here to explain. What the hell are these tubes for? Looks like someone dropped a handgun here. Oh, right there. No, I'm not blind. So I don't remember how you... Okay, that answers that. So I don't remember how to reload. Need some bolts to fix it. So the animations are still a little rough, we can see that. And what was the condition for this one? Key. Massive amount of fluid for containing biomaterial. What are they storing here? Sounds like there's moaning in the distance. Need to turn off the gas vents. I should explore the underground some more. Wanted to make sure I didn't take damage for staying in there. Oh my god. This is so stupid sometimes. So I'm not counting my bullets here. So I wonder, would you have to do this one? Oh, crud. With the knife on harder difficulties? First one down. Second one down. I have ammo. Okay, that was a tad awkward. You know, for the ones on the ground, these are taking a lot of shots. Six bullets left. So I can't really afford to take the disc now because I don't have space. So while I would like to take the tool... Wow. I swear this game is actively trolling me already. I just turned it on. So I think we can use the toolbox first. Is there any way I can just throw something away? Screw it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Security is getting fairly serious down here. We've had multiple specimen outbreaks now in other facilities, and the supervisors are getting nervous. Storage caches are all across the base are all getting locked down by machine locks and combinations. Except for that idiot Keith who was just playing around with the door codes. We're taking this seriously. I've locked down the storage cache in the other room using the code Omega Omega Omega, so 999. Anyone who's been dealing with their chemicals down here will know what that means. Even if they forget, it's a short walk over to the laboratory to consult. Should be safe enough. I have tools. So I don't have space for the shotgun at the moment. I'll take the handgun ammo, thank you. Oh, that used up the toolbox. So take that. Wow, that is harsh. Putting a combination on these. I'm gonna grab the bolts there in a second. I want to grab the shotgun first. So now we have state-of-the-art zombie busting technology. So I didn't really get to examine this room too thoroughly, but I'm not sure I really missed much. Capped for handgun ammo at the moment. Sad part is I don't remember what door goes where. Okay, that's the fireball hallway. So this is a poisonous zombie. Trying to think if there's anything else I need in this room, because I'm just going to leave that one alone. Unless they decide I have to take out all threats for some reason. Two, three, four. Why won't she lock onto it? Okay, this is not going well. So I think I missed like 2 or 3 shots there. So that's kind of weird that they I guess there may be more than one toolbox? I think I hear moaning. Yep, someone's there. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. And there's a dude behind him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, fired one too many. One, two, three, four, five, six. We'll leave those there. Could definitely go for a couple shotgun shells right now. Two, three, four. They finally hit me. I'm probably gonna have to use the shotgun here. You know, I never actually fired the grenade launcher, I think. Seriously? Well, I'm probably never gonna fire that grenade launcher. So I'm a little tempted to... Oh, never mind, we have some right here. We had two prisoners lose control and they beat each other to death. It was Anderson and Ronalds in the middle of the night. They both had just finished the gene testing for the day and were on one of those damned cocktails the lab keeps whipping up. We have to stop storing large groups of specimens together during the active test cycles. We're just asking for one of them to break out and start tearing the place up. If they do, we'll likely have an outbreak scenario on our hands. They weren't bad people either. I think it's easy to lose sight of that fact. Lose sight of the fact that the people we're experimenting on are, well, people. They all had families, and really didn't deserve a fate like that. Doesn't count for much, but I changed the lock in the hallway to a combination of their bunk numbers. It's not much of a tribute, but I'll have to do. So which two? Anderson and Ronalds. So that's on the shelf there. Put that away for now. So 36, 45, 22. So it's 22 and 36. So 22 and 36 gives you 58. Okay. 22, 36. This is getting annoying, man. So I do need the ointment. So the X to combine. And we need to search the lockers now. Lydias favor with custom modifications. So is that that in a floppy? That's all there. Wow, stingy game, man. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're well preserved, almost human. So, actually, real quick, do these go together? This only holds 9 bullets, interesting. So keep in mind we have to go back through all of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To get to that fireball hallway, unless we're going to come out the other side of it. So is there more than one toolbox, or are you supposed to save those? Because that's going to make doing the walkthrough thing later on annoying. More so than now. So my question is there anything worthwhile in here? Oh, time to get his attention. Gonna hope that's it. Is there a way to see a map here? There must be something in here. So I didn't see the key the first time through. I'm hoping not too much has respawned behind me. Gonna leave those painkillers there. I'll take the ointment. And unfortunately I don't remember where I've gone and where I need to go. Okay, this was a dead end, right? I'm expecting something to be in here. Missed those the first time through. Were those there the entire time? Now my people are screaming, "You passed over the shotgun shells! Open your eyes, stupid!" So there's a toolbox there. In a perfect world, I could just grab the box and be on my way. Awkward position for a dead thing. Next room was covered in gore. What did this? No idea what any of that is, and I don't have a camera angle to see myself. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could have just grabbed the key of the toolbox and been on my way. we'll just go forward. So there was a box that I could have opened that they said contains a weapon. And they're giving us a lot of ipecac. Here we are. Massive hand cannon fires 357 Magnum rounds. Holy! So I know where the assault rifle is. So I was wondering if that was another weapon, but we can't even interact with it. The immunity we're finding some specimens is interesting. We only found it out once the infection vector became airborne. A room full of researchers all turned at once, except for one person. As the group started convulsing and became hostile, the lone researcher was caught completely off guard. Unfortunately, security protocols ensure all exits are locked during specimen research. The researcher was torn apart almost immediately. When we examined his DNA structure, there was nothing unique compared to the other researchers on file. We're still not sure why some people are immune, but they should count themselves lucky if the virus ever gets released. It will proliferate rapidly and grow exponentially. Oh, well, I'll fight these things with a handgun. Guess I have no choice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not bad. This thing's growing on me. 6, 7. It's a really nice handgun. Better than any of the crap in Resident Evil, for sure. Other than Resident Evil 4, perhaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Punisher has a soft spot in my heart, in case you're wondering. What could they need this much agent for? They're immune to fire. Pauline found out about the other day. The decomposition somehow provides a natural flame retardant. If anything, it just makes them even more dangerous. But it's wrong to say that they're immune, because they do burn. But the chemical changes seem to be burning from actually breaking down their cellular structure. Their epidermis catches fire and the flame holds, but never reaches their innards. We started doing trials with blowtorches, thinking it couldn't spread that fast. We were wrong. The second she began to spread, the flames jumped up and she was consumed. I can still hear the screaming. I'm sure she'll be fine. She'll still be in the sequel, don't worry. There it is. So this looks like stuff I can interact with, but that's not the case. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the painkillers and just toss them in here so I have them. Gonna leave these behind just in case. That way I can always run here and grab more if I need them. I basically have one extra clip. Well, this one's certainly more durable. That was 6 magnum rounds, man. Oh my god. I was about to say I'd never found the rifle, but I see it on the ground now. Oh, crud. Okay, the gas vent. Head back to where I started, check that hallway. Any other goodies in here for me? Can't believe this thing took like that. Yeah, that was 6 magnum rounds, damn it. So I'm going to leave the shotgun here because I just don't have the space to spare. That's cool. When the time comes, I'll just use the painkiller. Although, now that I think about it, it's possible this could be winding down, so real quick I'm going to just drop the... One second. Okay, there we go. So now we're ready to play. Holy. So I ran past one of those guys over here, the hunter things. Oh, that's right, I didn't explore this room, did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, maybe I did explore this one. I don't know, were those there and I just walked past them, or I don't know. They're showering me with handgun ammo. I should be concerned. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the leftovers should still be there, I think. How many of these things follow me down here? That's Ipecac, that's right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Took a full clip. Getting close to the surface. Gotta keep moving. Oh my god. Camera, please. So I can sincerely say I hate that damned grenade launcher. Just a few more rooms. So I bet all you thought I was crazy for leaving these painkillers here. You're probably right. Jury's still out. Be nice if we could actually just drop the grenade launcher here. I think I could have ran past that one. Lydias Odyssey through the underground laboratory haunted her. The history of abuse towards the specimens and test subjects was horrific. The outbreak may have given some sort of sick justice to these monsters, but in the end, it didn't really matter. With the gas mains disabled, her passage back to the upper manor level was clear. She still heard the howls of the damned behind her, but the door was bolted, and should hold for a bit. She slowly worked her way through the remaining underground tunnels ahead of her, unsure of what was coming to kill her next. After going up several floors, she finally saw working lights again. Power on this floor appeared to be restored, even if there was a bit of flickering in the fixtures. Being able to see ahead of her was a relief, until she saw the gore. The walls were covered with remains of the previous inhabitants. The outbreak clearly had spread to these levels. She had to keep moving if there was any hope of survival. She readied her remaining weapons and stepped through the next passageway. The horde before her was immense. Close to 100 monstrosities were milling around in the large room ahead. She knew her death was at hand. To be continued. So, Chapter 2 complete. Result, I used a lot of healing items, ranking D, difficulty normal. I don't know if that's the lowest or what. Shots fired 349, total saves 0. So I don't know how the ranking is determined. I know there's supposed to be some sort of reward for getting a rank S on either hard or nightmare or something like that. I don't really have much interest, to be honest. The corridors are still a little too narrow for mobility. You could see there were a couple times where I got hung up on stuff. Overall, it was a nice change of pace. This was more in line with classic horror in that you got to move back and forth through stuff. The one thing I didn't really like, though, was you had to reacquire all your weapons. I would actually argue there should be less weapons in the first chapter and basically just build an armory as you go. Like in the first chapter, you may say you only had like the handgun and the shotgun. Of course, that would mean you do have to change the monster placements and stuff like that, but I think that would make overall a smoother experience and something that's just, overall, I guess, more exciting. I mean, you're building up as you go. There's some reward for carrying over items, being conservative with healing items, ammo, and so on. I understand it's an indie thing, it's just, these are the pitfalls that come with it. So anyway, I was not actually expecting to clear that on the dry run, or... Overall, I guess it was kind of decent, probably worth uploading. And hey, I know some people actually like to see me do things blind, because when I did the first one, no, I cleared the entire mode first, got all the passwords and stuff. Overall, for this one, there actually weren't that many passwords. It was just the 932 and like the 999, if I remember correctly. This one was more about keys, it seemed. But anyway, that was Outbreak, the Nightmare Chronicles, Chapter 2. Next up is I have to do the Sentinels thing. I have to even look at it to see if it's worth doing first. And then there may be something new on Wednesday, we'll see. But anyway, that is it for now. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.